gentlemen, those above such labels, hello and welcome to episode 94 of our unrecorded podcast. I'm your host, Trent Beans. My co-host, as always, is Dane Democracy Manifest Larson. How you doing, buddy? How you living?
I'm good, man. This week turned out to be a whole hell of a lot busier than I thought it was going to be. So I kind of got to the end of this week and was just like, oh, God.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that with my whole chest. Yeah, very much the same. It was a very, very busy week at work, and it's fine. We got there, we're good, but goddamn.
Right? Yeah. I mean, just a lot of stuff of like happening. Like I picked up another trivia thing, which I'm going to talk about because my boss needed me to, he was like, hey, can you help us out? We need one. I was like, sure. It's like a 13-minute drive for me. I'll go over there. I'll host trivia.
Yeah.
It was actually a really cool place. So that was really fun.
Super fun, yeah.
Yeah, and I got that big film conference coming up this week, Filmscape. I posted my new headshots. I posted like a scene I've been working on with my acting coach. I've been updating some stuff on my websites and things. So I've been doing a lot of like kind of like acting things, but like for the future, hopefully it'll help me out.
Yeah,
I really like my headshots.
Yeah, build a foundation.
Trying to, yeah. And also, I mean, we talked about this before we started recording. I'm just loving James Bond. First Light's so much fun. It's so much fun.
So fucking good. It
It's
makes
great.
me so sad that like if there's a sequel, it there's a chance it's not the same people.
Really?
Yeah. So the original developers, IO Interactive, are the people who made the Hitman games. They made this one, but before they finished development, before it was published, Amazon Games subsequently bought the rights, and they are technically in charge of the franchise now. Now that doesn't mean they're not gonna like work with IO and not contract it, but one massive game studio owning another one, I just don't trust Amazon to produce stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So if IO doesn't have the full creative control they've had to make this game what it was, I don't know if a sequel will happen, if it will be as good. But
Yeah.
First Light is so good, I'm happy to just play it over again.
Oh, definitely. Also, speaking of other fun things, that is just because I've never played any of the Hitman games, so this style of game was very different for me. Another thing, Amanda and I have started. We're watching Breaking Bad. I've never seen Breaking Bad.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a lot to start in the year 2026.
Dude, I get it. We're only 4 episodes in. Holy shit. Like, I get why everyone loved that show and why, like, everyone's cast so beautifully. Like, the styling of it. Oh, my God.
It's visually, cinematography, the colors, everything about that show is just so well done. It holds up still to this day. Every bit of it.
Yeah. I mean, the craziness of that, like, that show was made in 2008.
Fuck.
And like just some of the scenes of spoilers for a damn near,
almost 20.
Almost 20-year-old show. Like some of this, like it's crazy because first off, it starts so high octane, like it's crazy. And then like episode 3, it's kind of just like they dip down. But I'm okay with it because I'm already bought in.
Yeah. I feel like I miss real TV so much, and I don't know how to say that. That sounds like such a hater.
Oh, but dude, no, I totally get you because there is a scene in, like, I think episode maybe 2 where they're just in a neighborhood and they're filming
and it's
in a neighborhood
and they're on location.
And some of the conversations, like the way it was written, it felt so real. Like once again, spoilers for a almost 20-year-old show. Yeah. When Walt has to toy with killing Crazy 8. Like, he literally comes down and goes, convince me not to kill you. And they just have this conversation, and it felt so real. And, like, this is kind of like what I would do if I was in his situation. It's like, God, he makes a pros and cons list of, like, these are all the things why I can't, but also if I leave he's going to kill all my family. And then the whole plate thing. I mean, just, wow.
And I think it's so important. Remember that scene as much as you possibly can. Because the way that his character... I'm going to say this with my whole chest. Everyone still to this day, he's not the fucking good guy. At no point ever, for any reason, is Walt the good guy in that show. The whole premise of him refusing help and I'm going to kill a man and make meth instead of any of these other alternatives that have been presented to you out of your fucking pride, that gets so horrific to watch so fast.
Yeah, because
good.
I know bits of, like, I mean, I'm the one who knocks. He gets to that point, and it's so very interesting of, like, how did we get here? How do we get there? How does he become that guy? Also, for some reason, I just get a kick out of how he is so goddamn good at making meth. Like, I think that's so funny that he's like, so
in a
good.
Different world, it's fun. Like it's such a good juxtaposition of, like, oh, this all started just because you're incredible at chemistry. If your life had ended up 10% different, you would be an award-winning CEO chemist. You would be in articles. You'd be doing so many different things with your life. But because of a series of choices he makes, it becomes, I'm actually gonna become a monster. I'm going to become a, like, national security threat is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, the like, I think only, like, the two, three things I know about Breaking Bad before I started was the pizza on the roof. I don't know why. The the I'm the one who knocks, and then the scene where he goes, "It's the best cup of coffee I ever had. Why are we not making coffee?" Like,
yep, and even that, there is a point where that best cup of coffee thing, like that, the, like, heartfelt, like, take a second, like, oh, this could be different. Even he fucks that up, and I cannot wait for you to see how. I'm so excited to hear more about your journey through this.
And it's also, I think, because Bryan Cranston comes from comedy, there's some really funny bits in the show. Like, even there's the first 4 episodes where you're like, that's hilarious.
I think it is absolutely his best work he's done. Because to see him, like, because everybody knew him from Malcolm in the Middle. That's where he made his name. Mm-hmm. And to see him transition from, like, that to the intensity and the, like, yeah, this is still funny. There's still some beats where the show has, like, a comedic tone to it. And then to watch that comedic tone immediately get its throat slit is just, like, crazy from time to time.
Yeah.
Like, the tension and some of the twists and, like, is so well written. I miss that so much. In juxtaposition to that, like, the Avatar show that's coming out on Netflix that looks straight like shit from a butt. It is so bad. I have never seen an adaptation fuck up characterization, take away, like, I get that it was an animated show, and I understand that people don't respect that medium. I think it should be so much more respected. But, dude, I have seen some clips from the season 2 of the live-action Avatar show, and it makes me sick to my stomach. Like, so many important characterization notes of, like, this character is this way because of this. This is what justifies their entire ethos, and they just undercut it in a throwaway scene.
Because I heard that the first season wasn't horrible.
That's incorrect as well.
No, I don't know who I'm talking to then.
Like, the first they did so much that just the whole core of, like, the start of Avatar, again, spoilers for such an old show, it's already getting a fucking live action remake, is that, like, Aang is struggling with, I'm the Avatar, I have all these responsibilities, and he's running away from it, and he's refusing to acknowledge it, and he's going on these side adventures that eventually, like, he realizes he has to go back and do this. And they don't do any of those side adventures, and they add no weight to them, and they take away so many of the things that are important to the overall character development and skip the steps to try to give you what he was in the finale, which means the finale isn't gonna matter. Which, like, they're already, I mean, they've done the same to Azula, they've done the same to Toph. Every character, even Zuko, there's so many characters in the show that have very important, like, in the animated version, stories that are important, that have weight, that mean something. And they just take that in the Netflix one and just go, oh, but that's, like, bad. And they don't do it. They undercut it. They try to make all these characters so one-dimensional and simple, and it's just, that's what made the original so good and why it still has the fandom it does to this day, is because even though it was technically marketed as a kid's show, it is, I mean, it's a show for children, absolutely. It's good, it's fun, but there were such good story and writing and beats and, like, actual intelligent character direction.
Yeah.
And for the live action, they just went, that's a lot. I don't want to do that. In the interest of making it streamable and clippable and postable to TikTok. Also, it looks bad. I don't like the way anything looks. It like, all the clips I've seen, like, visually, the bending looks bad. The fight scenes lack any weight. There's no impact to it. They made earthbending look, like, light and dumb and floaty somehow, and it's like, all of this are based on actual real forms of martial arts that people still practice to this day. That you could have got stunt coordinators and people who understand that, and instead they just didn't, and everything just looks bad. The actual, like, visible, like the whole fucking thing right? One of the biggest ones that blows my mind. Toph, blind character. She can only see because she's so good at earthbending. She can feel tremors in the earth, and she can translate that. And in the scene where they introduce her, she's fighting on fucking sand, which there's a whole point in one of the episodes where she feels blind because she can't see in the sand, and she's
sand,
scared.
yeah.
And her introduction is her using all of those abilities in fucking sand. And it's like, how do you miss such a core base point of this person? Like,
Man.
like, people don't want to touch on it. She is a disabled person who, despite her disability, has found new ways to thrive and be strong and be impressive. And to just take that very visible disability and just go, oh, we're gonna make it funny. We're gonna undercut it. We're not gonna make it important. We're gonna take a scene from later in the season that had so much weight. Because that scene where she's blind and scared in the desert because she can't see is so important. It's so heavy. Like, she's so strong. She's like incredible. She's teaching all this. She is still scared. She still doesn't like. And to just immediately make that not matter before you even get to that episode is fucking crazy to me.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. That sucks. You want to talk about something else on the TV? On the TV? God, what am I, 85?
Yeah, 1,000 years old. Christ.
Well, I, as I told you, I did some trivia this week. And, Trent, have you seen the new, I don't know if it's new, but it's new to me, the Smokey Bear commercials?
No?
Oh, you haven't seen it? I don't know how new they are. I didn't do any research into it, but they are very new to me. I've never seen them before.
Did they make him hot?
Yeah. But,
okay. Yeah. All right.
But
okay.
here's the thing, man. I'm going to give you the tagline of the commercial, and I'm going to explain it to you. Because the tagline of the commercial is, Smokey Bear lives in all of us. See what I'm going for? Yeah, kind of like, you know how like Jesus lives in all of us? You know, that,
like Spider-Man, anyone can wear the mask, yeah.
Exactly. So we zoom in on kind of like a lakefront where like camping was happening, and there's a woman, she's standing there, she kind of got her hands on her hips, she's like, wow, this is great. And then the camera kind of like pans past her and goes to these two guys, and they're like putting out the fire. Once again, I'm at a bar, there's no subtitles on, so I don't know what the dialogue is being said.
Right, okay.
These two guys, they're pouring out the fire, and one of the guys, as he's pouring out the fire, gets this face, like a huh? And you look over, and the woman has now become Smokey Bear. And you can tell that the two gentlemen are like, that's weird. That's weird that Smokey Bear has replaced my friend. And it's not like a metaphor.
Animorph into Smokey Bear?
No. They cut away and they come back, and it's like, so it's not a metaphor, because if it was a metaphor, he would have just been like, oh, what are you saying? Cool, thanks for saying that. And then be like, wow, Smokey Bear lives in all of us. But the fact that he went, huh, means that Smokey Bear is possessing people. He's possessing people, taking over their body and form, telling people that only you can prevent forest fires, and then giving them their body and mind back.
You need a Smokey Bear exorcism. You need holy water loaded up in them dumplings.
That's what I'm saying, because like I get that, like, and maybe I'm analyzing this too much, and it's like, I'm going way too into it. But for me, if you're gonna do the metaphor of smoke, because when you say Jesus lives in all of us, Jesus don't come possess you and you are now Jesus.
No,
like,
you don't. You don't get a robe and a beard out of nowhere when you decide to help your fellow man. That's not how that happens at all.
But you have the ideas of it, and people are like, yeah, cool. But literally, you make that one change, the guy not going, huh? Then you're fine. But it got me. I was concerned because Smokey Bear possesses people now, and he's hot.
Of course. Well, he has to be. I think. Now, Dane, you want to know something less fun than that?
Less fun than Smokey the Bear possessing people?
Yeah. You know how I'm a big donut guy?
Oh, yeah, brother.
I love me a donut. I think it's a great on-your-way-to-work snack, right? Eating in the car. Dane, I grab out of a box a Krispy Kreme donut. It's an apple-filled donut. On the outside of this donut is a cinnamon and powdered sugar blend. It's like a powdered donut, right? A pretty damn good donut. And I get in my car. I kick on AC, it's hot out. And I set my donut on the seat next to me in a paper towel. Start up the music, I start driving. And I pick up the donut, and a bunch of powdered sugar falls off, but it's in a paper towel, it's fine. And I think, okay, sure, whatever. And I go to take this donut to my face. And Dane, you know what happens when your AC's blowing really hard and you go to eat a powdered sugar donut? been got your cruise at 67 miles an hour on the freeway and get flashbanged by cinnamon powdered sugar? Ever been covered forehead to titties in powdered sugar because it's hot out and you got your AC on full blast? Because, brother, it hit me like a shotgun blast. I literally, I pick it up and it comes to here and the AC goes poof and just poof. Hits me like a fucking Three Stooges bit. Thank God I was wearing like sunglasses because I would have had powdered sugar and cinnamon in my fucking eyes. But as it was, like, I got to work and had to go into the bathroom and like take a layer off and clean myself up. It was insane. I've never fucked up eating a donut so bad it was like an actual public safety hazard. I had to like take off my sunglasses and shake them off with my other hand while I'm driving with my knee as I set the donut down so I could see to not kill people.
I'm so sorry, but that's so funny.
It's so funny. It was this. I've never fucked up eating so bad in my life. Like, I've never had such negative consequences trying to take a bite of a food ever.
Hot damn, brother.
Yeah, you know, shit happens.
That'll happen.
I will later.
Oh, do it. Do you want to know something that I was very lucky to see yesterday? Because we're doing an early recording, folks. It's Friday, the day that the previous episode aired. We're already recording. It's crazy.
Don't get me started on what it took to get that fucking episode uploaded to Spotify's wonderful, super functional, great website that never gives me any problem and definitely didn't keep me up until 6 a.m. when I woke up. You know, when I've been awake at like 19 hours. That's not what happened.
So you know what I saw?
Yesterday?
So I saw a really cool thing, and I don't know if it like travels or if it's just in Chicago, but I saw David Byrne's Theater of the Mind immersive experience. It was an immersive play, and it was so cool. Like, if it travels or if it's in your neck of the woods, please go see it. If you're in Chicago and you're listening to this, go see it. It was so awesome. Like, I don't even want to tell you too much other than it was just awesome, because I want you to go in not knowing nothing if you do get a chance to see it. It was so like, I want to see a top-down view of the building itself, because the maze in which we were taken in and doors opening and things opening up and the illusions, and because it was a little bit of like immersive theater, but then also kind of like illusions of the mind and like eyes, kind of like the tricks your eyes will play on you and like certain lighting, or if you like covered. It was awesome. It was just so cool. Yeah. So shout out to all the people out there. Let's make some more immersive theater, man. Let's make that the new evolution of theater. Like, let's see. Remember VR, when we were like, VR was the new thing? And I wish it was continued to be the new thing, because I love VR, but it kind of has faded into oblivion a little bit, which makes me sad. Let's take immersive theater and keep pushing that forward, because it was just awesome, man. The older I've gotten, the more I love immersive shit, man. Going to Ren fairs, doing a LARP, that'd be awesome. I've never done that before. Probably should do that at some point in my life, because that sounds legit as hell. Yeah, that's a thing I did.
Very nice. Let me see here real quick. You know what I did, Dane? You ever lose a fight with inanimate objects?
Constantly.
Cool. Okay, so it's not just me. Dane, I'm in the lab last night. No, this is 2 nights ago. I think at this point.
I'm sorry.
Working in the lab late one night. Yes.
That joke has legs for me, unfortunately, and I'm gonna chuckle most of the time when you say it.
I am so sorry. I hope you do. Here's the thing, right? I get to some Mr. Miyagi bullshit in a second here. I'm in the lab, right? And we have to get these totes, these plastic totes, and we have to sanitize them and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I pull them down from upper storage. And Dane, I'm a big bastard. I'm tall. We've established this.
Yes.
Step stool. I'm better than step stools. And this is since I probably should have had a step stool. Because you see, what happened is I go to pull these totes down. They catch on the ceiling. These little plastic totes, about yay big. There's three of them. There's one like this, and then one on top. They fall. And they land directly on the bridge of my nose. I don't think you can see it great. But that little spot there,
no, I can see it.
Acne, that's no blemish. That is a full-on bruise that hurts when I like touch my face.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
That's life. Give me. Yeah, the train dance. The train dance is so good.
Okay, can I tell you something?
Of course.
So, I had a couple friends over tonight. Amanda and I, we hosted, we had dinner, we played games, we talked, we chatted. It was lovely. Wine was present. It was great.
Of course.
Well, things have been so busy. I was like, I need to at least, like, I need to clean the bathroom. Like, if I have time to vacuum, sure. If I have time to clean the kitchen, sure. But I need to clean the bathroom. The bathroom needs to be cleaned so people, when they come in, they use the restroom, they go, wow, look how clean this bathroom is. That's for me there. So I get home from work at the gym, and I'm like, I start scrubbing and cleaning. Well, we run out of barkeeper's friend, which I was real bummed about. I was like, I need that shit. So I put my shoes on. I hustle down to the local hardware store because hell yeah, it was still open. It closed at 6, not 5. I was worried. Go in there, and I see the guy. I was like, hey man, you got any barkeeper's friend? It's like right on the corner. I get it, I grab it, come back up. It's like $3, which I was like, yes. Thank you for being $3 and not like 12, because I bet you $20 it would be. As I'm because I'm the track star in me is still fighting to come out, so I practically run everywhere. And so I get into the hardware store, and he's like, did you run here? And I was like, I got folks coming over, we're hanging out. I want to make sure that it's, like I have time to clean and, help cook and so sort of thing. And so I'm kind of like, and so he rings me up. He goes, all right, that'll be $3. He goes, tap right there. Boop, got it. He's like, all right, hey, party hard, party safe, my man.
Party hard, party safe is great.
I'm like, my local hardware store guy, thank you for that. I needed that today. Just the party hard, party safe. And Trent, I have one last thing to tell you before we get to a bracket, because you told me a thing. Oh no, there's another train.
Of course there is. Why would there not be another train? There's always another train. It's Train City. We live in the silliest town in the world. Well, you live in the silliest town in the world, where trains interrupt everything. They're so helpful, but at what cost?
Trent, today was a monumentous day.
Monumentous day.
Yeah, it was a monumentous day, truly. Like, because work for the most part was a little bit boring, a little bit slow, a little bit long, but it was monumentous for one reason. And Trent, for the past 6 months, I've been playing a Newgrounds game on the computer called Rogue Fable 4, because I get bored at work, and sometimes I'm like, I'm tired of reading, I'm tired of going through emails, doing this, and Amanda sent me this like top-down dungeon crawler game with kind of very rogue-like, where you go until you die. You have to either you make it to the end or you die and you have to start all the way over again. Okay. For the past 6 months, I have been playing this game, and I've been losing, and I haven't been able to get to Yondor, the guy who's got the goblet that makes him immortal and all-powerful, and I want it. I haven't even gotten to him before today. And Trent, not only did I get him today, I kicked his ass today. I won.
Newgrounds game in 2026 hit me like a truck, by the way.
Yeah, like, Amanda sent it to me.
That's insane. I love that.
It was awesome. And you want to know, I feel like, I bet you there's other ways to play, because I've been going back and forth between, there's a bunch of different classes. I don't even touch the magic classes because I don't think I'm going to be good at them. I've been going back and forth between the barbarian and the warrior. Well, today was the warrior. And I think one reason that really, really helped, because everything's random when you like pick up stuff from the dungeon, you can buy things from the merchant. Right. There's a weapon that is called a mace. It is a humble mace. We're both D&D nerds. We know what a mace is. And for folks home, it's a ball with spikes on it. Right?
I think it's a morning star. I think a mace is more just like a metal lump on a stick.
Oh, just a metal lump on a stick.
Okay. Spiky.
Morning star spiky. Oh,
because you're thinking flail is spike on a chain.
Spike on a chain. Okay. So ball, mace, morning star, whatever it is. They call it a mace. We'll say that. The reason it's a great thing about a mace is that it ignores all protection, all armor. So you just go whack and damage immediately the person. And dude, I finally did it. And dude, it felt so good today. I've been playing that game for 6 months. 6 months of just anytime I'm at work, I'm like, oh, because the nice thing is if you're on the same browser, you can kind of restart, like you can jump back into the game you already were in. So like I'll do it on a Wednesday, come back on a Sunday and still play, and feels good, man. So I just need to tell you that I was
I'm
victorious
very proud
today.
of you. Finishing a
Thanks.
getting through an actual roguelike is a religious experience. It's so good when you finally like.
Yeah, it really was nice because Hades 2 is rogue light. This isn't rogue like. They're different. And and yeah, doing a Newgrounds game feels good, feels right. It was happy. Trent, I got nothing else for you. I'm ready for a bracket if you are, because you told me, and I think I might have mentioned this before, but then a train interrupted me. All you told me is that this is similar to the Smoke and Mirrors bracket, and I got scared.
Well, Dane, today
that was
Dane,
a big pause. Wow, were you pausing
Yes.
for dramatic effect?
a little bit.
Mm.
Dane, today's episode will come out on July 3rd.
Correct.
Which is one day before America's 250th birthday.
That is true.
And Dane, I really couldn't think of a better way to celebrate America's birthday.
Why are
than
you
a
wearing that
food
hat?
bracket of the most iconic food of America. And I
Okay.
thought to myself, what screams 4th of July like nothing else? And I thought to myself, well, normally be a hot dog, but we've talked about hot dogs. Ain't
We
gonna be
have.
no hamburger, because that sounds too German. We beat them twice, World War II champs. So we ain't gonna get them involved in this. And then it hit me, Dane. Nothing is more 4th of July, more American than a baked bean. Because you see, them Brits, they love themselves some baked beans too. But they don't do it right. Put it on toast. Ain't no molasses. There ain't no brown sugar. Guarantee you there ain't no cured bacon in there. So we took them beans from those Brits and we made them what they're meant to be. American beans. And of course, I had this thought in the most American place in the world, Walmart. And luck would
Okay.
have it, as I'm walking through this Walmart, a woman in pajamas on a roller scooter hits a display because she's yelling at her kids. Nothing more American than that. And off that display rolls a can of Bush's baked beans. But not just any can of Bush's baked beans, Dane. Can of apple pie baked beans.
Ooh, no.
That is
No,
the
you
correct
don't have
response.
them.
Oh,
You don't
Dane,
have them with
I
you.
have them. I have them hot
Oh,
and ready.
no.
And I'm
Don't
gonna
make it
regret
Little
what I'm
Caesars.
about to do.
Don't Little Caesars. Oh, God, he took a bite. Oh, God, for my audio only listeners, he took a bite. The look he's giving me. Oh, God, he's seen God and it's not good. Oh, dude, you said you didn't want to throw up this episode. Why are you eating beans? Oh, my God.
Now those aren't good.
No.
No, they're not good. And I did not expect them to be. So Dane, what I've done,
What do they taste like, though? You have to explain it.
an absurd amount of cinnamon. Just regular, overly sweet beans, touch of apple flavor, and fucking cinnamon.
Are you going to keep this bit up throughout the entire bracket?
Well, the hat ain't coming off.
Oh, my God. Are you going to do this whole time?
So Dane, what I've
Oh,
done
my God.
is I've come through and I've created 25 bean recipes that just are the most American things that, things that are quintessentially American. 25 styles of baked beans
You've made these. These are not things you found. You made these.
from scratch, homemade, good old American ingenuity.
Did your dog help? Did Peaches
No,
help?
I can't give her beans. She farts bad enough as it is.
No, but does she know your secret recipe like the dog does on Bush's
Oh,
baked
no,
beans?
I can't share. She'd tell all these secret bean recipes. So, Dane, I will not be participating in this week's bracket. I will simply be reading you these recipes. It is up to you to decide which of these
no.
beans is the most quintessentially American, the thing that really the world knows us best for, right?
Okay.
And I couldn't be happier. So up first, Dane, the bottom of the bracket here. Oh, I gotta open the notes app, pull up my recipe. Excuse me, the recipes don't fit on the bracket. You understand.
Mm-hmm.
Starting on the bracket here.
Why am I the only one doing this bracket? It's a solo bracket. I'm
Well, I
nervous.
have a favorite. I have a favorite, of course.
Oh, okay.
Up first, we have Reconstruction beans. This is going to be half navy, half dapple gray beans. It's an unconventional recipe with a little bit of chicory and a little bit of whiskey in it. Now, the problem is that it's a combination of two recipes, one award-winning, one that never accomplished a damn thing in its entire short lifespan in competition. And in an attempt to combine the two, rather than erase all memory of the original recipe that was the failure that really shouldn't have ever existed in the first place, kind of sullied the history of the entire process of the combination, making the original recipe less valuable and less tasty because of the idiocy of letting the original recipe continue. So those...
Hold on. you 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 made a whole bean recipe, but akin it to the Reconstruction era. Both bean. Oh my God, this is the first one. Jesus, what have you done?
Oh, well, so it's the Reconstruction beans up against the Ruth Bader Ginsbeans. Now, this is a recipe that it has a long legacy wins. It's smoked ham hock and honey with a touch of mustard, kind of stand out from the crowd. Unfortunately, in the last round of competition, the beans were just left in the pot far too long. Didn't really know when to quit, which let someone who was less effective, really not really suited for the role, take over in competition leadership, kind of sullying the entire successful history of the original Ruth Bader Ginsbean recipe, because the final time they were up to bat, they didn't know when to quit. So what's more American, Ruth Bader Ginsbeans or Reconstruction beans?
So in the I'm gonna call it Trent's Beaniverse,
Yeah,
because
the
you keep
Beaniverse.
talking because you keep talking about a competition that happened. I'm assuming these were all
you're a bean
separate
competition
competitions.
judge.
Yeah, but
I'm
these
just
were
telling you
other
the history of these
competitions.
contestants.
Yeah, they've done other bean competitions before they've come to my bean competition.
Yeah.
And did you make all these beans that are in this bean competition that have been presented to me?
No. I'm just the announcer.
Oh,
These
you're
are
just
all
the
individual
announcer.
contestants.
So are you You're Trent Bean. You're Trent Bean.
Much obliged. Trent Bean here to present the bean bracket for this week's
Oh
America's
my God,
250th
okay.
anniversary.
Okay, so first off, there's a train. So
Of course. It is. Train full of beans, probably. We're in the beaniverse. Everything's beans. It's all beans, back to front. It's all beans. Always has been.
always had
Beans
beans.
is good for you.
Beans is good. Okay, so I have can I go on a tangent?
Of course.
So back
I'm
in
about
my
to go on 23 more of them. So
So back in my junior year of high school, me and a group of friends for our history project, we were assigned to take important events in history, in the United States history for U.S. history class, so U.S. history, and analyze what would have happened had something changed, had something different. So kind of like what if, but for U.S. history. And
think about that a lot.
right? And what we decided to do for this project was create a whole game show called What Would Have Happened. And we filmed it outside of my house in the park. And there were 3 podiums and there were different people. And my best friend Sam, who was not even in the class, I brought him in as a funny comedic bit because I thought it'd be funny if he just answered the quickest but had completely wrong answers no matter what. One of the answers he said was bean burrito. So it's funny that beans came up through here. And one of the things was, what if Lincoln hadn't have been assassinated during the Reconstruction, how things would have been different. So that is a possibility that I can go with.
A lot more people.
So that's near to me in my heart. But Ruth Gator Beansburg. Wait, was that it? No.
Ruth Bader Ginsbeans.
Ruth Bader Ginsbeans is a very good name. It's a very good name.
Ham hock, honey, and mustard in beans is good. Don't get me wrong, the whiskey and chicory's a nice flavor, but it is not as good as it would have been if we simply stuck with the navy beans and used coffee instead of chicory.
Yeah, and I think like sometimes what's chicory? What is it? What is it?
Oh, it's nothing. I got nothing polite to say, so my mama says I shouldn't say nothing at all.
Oh, wow, Trent Bean, this is your character. You're a polite Southern man. Look at this.
Well, I think a touch of politeness is due from a man like me. You know, reviewing the footage of the last couple episodes, I've been a bit all over the place, so it's time for me to take a step back. And really, I think the cinnamon did something to my jaw, causing some sort of reaction. I'm stuck like this. I can't fix it.
Wow.
That's terrible. Looking at those makes me upset.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Ruth Bader.
Ruth Bader Ginsbeans?
Yes, Ruth Bader Ginsbeans.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to go with that because I think I like the name and I think it sounds delicious.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And I keep messing up the name, so I feel like I have to keep trying to say it so I get it right.
Up next, Sanders beans. Hickory smoked, maple beans. Sweet, smoky, perfect way to balance out a meal and restore balance of power to an overall kind of like difficult picnic. Consistently, this recipe is entered. Contestants love it. The crowd, always a crowd favorite. Unfortunately, the judges never really let it finish. They always disqualify it for one reason or another, defeat after crushing defeat, leading bean enjoyers everywhere to kind of lose faith in the bean system as a whole. So those
Can I before you get to the next one? I have two things. One, I am now seeing how this is similar to the smoke and mirrors bracket, and two, when you said Sanders beans, I was like, why the fuck does Colonel Sanders have anything to do with America?
No, they're from Vermont. It's a Vermont recipe.
Yes. It's a Vermont recipe. I understand now. I figured it out.
So that, or the white liberal beans, which are unfortunately nearly identical to the red beans that kind of dominate the market. These are just cannellini beans instead of kidney beans, just a slightly different color. They're same sauce, same kind of status quo as it is. They're not actively terrible, like the majority of the red beans out there. They're not actively trying to kill contestants or participants. So you just kind of have to like them by default, but unfortunately not really making much of a difference in any kind of the bean scene. They're just the same thing, but less bad.
What sauce is in the white liberal beans?
Oh, the exact same sauce as regular baked kidney beans, but it's white beans instead of red beans. It's the same ingredients, just a different face.
Got it. I think I might have to go with the Sanders bean then.
Oh, hey, look at that. They finally get advanced another round of competition.
Got to give them a shot, right?
Right. Up next, we have the CIA beans. Those are made with and absolutely not grown on American soil. Never once operated or created on American soil, per the CIA.
Wow.
So that, or the Zoran Mamdan beans. Which, give me a moment, let me get down there. It's a za'atar-spiced baked bean, a little bit of citrus, a selection of greens that even a Williamsburg hipster has only ever sort of heard of. Unfortunately, it's just regional New York, never really sees out of that, and the rest of the country just constantly jealous at the overwhelming success of this new recipe. Shout out to friend of the podcast, Dr. Richard Joseph Bano. He's a doctor who helped me come up with this recipe.
Oh, hell yeah.
I believe he's a doctor of the occult, but he's still, in fact, a doctor.
I do have a question.
Of course.
When it comes to the CIA beans, do the beans just do that?
Oh, the beans, in fact, do just do that. And if you ask too many questions about the beans, you will, in fact, also just do that.
Right. Okay, see, here I got a problem. Because the Zoran
Mamdani.
No. Like, tell me the bean name.
Zoran Mamdan beans.
There, yeah, Zoran Mamdan beans. I like that. That sounds great. But I feel like if I don't pick the CIA beans, I'm gonna just do that. And also, if we're just going, I think, like, if we have to think about,
I have been informed you may be correct.
Oh, okay. He did look off camera, folks, which is a little bit spooky. But maybe Trent Dean is over there, and maybe Trent Dean's giving him like cue cards. Who knows?
He flashed a badge.
Oh, did he? Wow. Was this his Best Buy badge?
By God, it's gone. It just might be.
Oh my God. Okay, because this is tough because we have to think like what is very American, and unfortunately, CAA made with and
unfortunately,
beans.
Nothing's more American than eating what you're fucking told and not knowing what's in it.
Yeah. God, but Zoran, it's Zoran.
You know, a little bit of citrus, a little bit of a different style recipe. It's a multi-bean kind of convention thing. It's a little different. It's not traditional baked beans, but
You know what? Fuck it, man. I want what's the most American to be what I want it to be, not what it is. So let's
get really what we want.
Get them fucking CIA beans out of here.
All right. Up next, anti-vax beans.
Oh Jesus!
With these is they use uncured bacon to cook. In these, unfortunately, they cook them pretty close to other people. They don't cover it properly. They really don't follow a whole lot of the rules surrounding using uncured bacon and kind of contaminate all the other beans around them with uncured bacon grease and flavor, even in recipes that specifically avoid uncured bacon and cure their bacon specifically to dodge those health concerns. So that, or private equa beans. Now, the private equa beans are bean recipes. They were originally made by a small family company, dedicated to the craft. Unfortunately, once they were purchased out, the beans somehow became much more expensive to produce, requiring a board of investors and CEO meetings and all that fun stuff, at the cost of flavor and the original audience. The marketing that is now gotten a hold of a new audience that seems to love the relatively simple brown sugar and, tomato-based sauce, but nothing too simple. But all the original fans, they know what they've lost.
God, these are tough because both of these are very American when you think about it.
Unfortunately, so violently American.
God, yeah, aren't they really just both American?
I'll talk while you're thinking on that train. See, a touch of input here. I do love bacon in my beans, but I do think uncured bacon just seems unhelpful. You know, you got to smoke it. You got to get more flavor in there. Uncured bacon, that's just pork. Just pork and salt, and that's a little bit flat. But on the other side of that, private equity bean just makes me think of what I lost, you know? Stuff used to be better before private equity bean.
Yeah. I'm gonna go private equity bean. That uncured bacon, I don't like it. It makes me feel weird.
Doesn't it just?
Doesn't it just?
Up next, reflecting pool beans.
This is a bit of a reflecting pool bean.
Oh, have you not seen about the reflecting pool recently? Everything going up in DC with the reflecting pool?
Oh, yes. Yes, I have.
Reflecting pool beans. It's kind of a weird recipe. A lot of money spent on R&D on this. Absurd amount of money. No one really knows where it went. To give you what appear to be just green beans cooked in baked bean sauce. They tell you they're not green beans. They're, in fact, kidney beans. And what they've done is they've added heavy, heavy doses of blue spirulina to it, so the beans appear blue for America's 250th.
You have done something here, Trent Bean, that is... I applaud you. I really just... Folks, let's give a big round of applause to Trent Bean here. I mean, just, wow.
So, that, or Fetterman beans. When you bought them in the store, they were a little sweet, kind of a new twist on the flavor. But as you were leaving, you dropped the can and dented it pretty severely. And now it doesn't taste right, and it's not what it was advertised. It's real spicy and sharp. It kind of tastes pretty much the same as all the other beans on the other side of the aisle in the shelf. Make it a pretty clear argument that type of damage just leads to that type of flavor, unfortunately.
Oh, boy. I mean... We're coming up on
the feather beans or the reflecting pool beans?
I think we might have to go the reflecting pool beans just because it's our 250th coming up. I think that can't go out in the first round. I'm going to say that.
Not. No, if only Fetterman had gone out in the first round, because it is insane how we have a widely broadcast and televised example of brain damage changing a person's personality to believe something a little bit different for the worst, actively for the worst, so much for the worst, undescribably, bitterly for the worst. Anyway, up next, we have consumerism beans.
Oh,
now,
there you go.
Consumerism beans, real heavy on the sugar. The packaging seems to just change every week for no apparent reason. It's the official bean of the NFL with a bacon substitute produced by the Labubu Company. So the consumerism beans, I lost my spot. There we go. Let me scroll back up here. The John Hinckley beans. Navy beans, solid recipe of heirloom fostered tomatoes and sweet red onion. Flavors overall kind of lost because he used real small navy beans. If he'd thought about it and used maybe kidney beans, a little bigger, a little heftier, I think the overall flavor would translate better. But it's a good basis. He had the right idea.
Okay, I'm gonna show my ignorance here. Who's John Hinckley?
Oh, he's the guy who shot Reagan. That's who Hinckley is. If only he'd use navy bean or kidney beans instead, you know?
Man, any chance you'll get just to shit on Reagan is so funny.
Any chance ever. Lord have it. Front to back every time. Dig him up. Do it again, Hinckley.
I mean, I think in honor of... but consumer bean, that's really good. I was going to say in honor of Trent Dean, who was just off to the side of the camera here, just off to the side. I kind of want to do the John Hinckley bean just in his honor, but that consumerism bean, that's pretty American.
It's pretty
American,
ain't it?
I think it has to be that one, as much as Hinckley
and we love the official bean of the NFL.
We do. Dun, dun, dun.
In a bit of a side, you know what is also an official sponsor of the NFL? Crown Royal and Barefoot Wine. Now, if that just doesn't scream CTE and domestic abuse, I don't know what does. Nothing quite screams, I'm going to hit my wife and it's going to be her fault, like Crown Royal and Barefoot Wine.
Jeez.
Don't look at me like that. Nope. It's the NFL. It's not me. I didn't do it.
No. Of course not.
Up next, we got incest beans. Now, incest beans are red kidney beans and cannellini beans together. They're pretty much identical, almost so similar. They really shouldn't be mixing that much. Kind of confusing, overlapping seasonings. The card on the table is unfortunately always misspelled, and the beans themselves are illiterate. So that, or the Green Party beans. Let me find these real fast here. Now, these are organic, ethically sourced baked beans with a vegan bacon alternative, cooked over a renewable fuel source. They only show up in competition every 4 years, kind of for the sole purpose of attracting attention to themselves, making other people look bad. They don't really care about winning per se. It's just more about moral high ground and seeking attention.
I mean, that's pretty American.
And it just, yeah.
I don't want incest beans to continue. So I'm saying the Green
Now
Party.
that's an American, yes, me. But all right, we'll push them Green Party beans through. Up next, gunpowder beans. Now the gunpowder beans got a kick of jalapeno and scorpion pepper. The consistent heat kind of lingers, just sticks in your mouth, as a constant, unending reminder of the crisis in this country surrounding firearms. The recipe used to make headlines, but people just, it happens, they make it so much anymore, nobody seems to really care. It kind of gets out of the news cycle an hour after it's finished. So those, or the border wall beans. These are pinto beans. Unfortunately, all of the seasonings are on the other side of a big old steel wall. You were told the wall would be provided when you showed up to judge, but you were texted minutes before you arrived at the competition that you actually need to pick it up and pay for it yourself. And unfortunately, the process of moving all seasonings across the wall is incredibly convoluted and difficult, but it is technically possible to appease the judges.
Fuck that wall, man. The gunpowder beans are going.
It's pretty American. Pretty American. It's the second most American thing. It's free speech and guns.
There we go. Do we have free speech beans? Do we have free speech beans in here?
No.
Oh,
You
too
think
bad.
you got free speech beans in this current political climate? You're a silly bastard. silly bastard. All right. Up next, we have...
This is wild.
I'm having fun. Are you having fun? I'm
having a blast. I'm having a
We
blast.
got back the blue beans. Now, these are 60% navy beans, 40% black-eyed peas, seasoned with a heavy spray of black pepper and extra pork fat. For more information on black eyes and back in the blue, Google 40% of cops. That, or the Doge beans. Contestants from Silicon Valley deemed it more efficient to skip several steps because the team didn't really understand the whole idea of why slow cooking is important and why things are in place the way they are. So this is a tomato paste and water and dried kidney beans cooked in a microwave. The microwave has AI built in as well. I did forget to mention that.
Oh, I was gonna pick the Doge beans, but then you said AI.
Do you want the microwave beans or the back the blue beans? Again, 40% of them black-eyed peas, which is actually just a bean variant. I don't know why we call them peas. They're beans.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Every day. Yeah, the black-eyed peas, they're actually beans. Make good music.
Well,
Set that one song.
Yeah. I'm glad you caught my look. I'm glad you caught the look.
I'll tell you what.
Oh.
I'm just saying, black pepper and extra pork fat sounds a lot better than microwave tomato paste.
You're right.
It's a lot of pork fat, I have to mention as well.
Yeah, okay. Just solely because I don't want to eat microwaved beans in a microwave that's got AI in it. Back the blue beans.
All right, so that's the end of the wild card round because this is a 25-piece bracket.
Right.
So we have some new contenders here, some winners from the last round. But let's get started here. So we have the Sanders beans, previously.
Very good.
The maple and everything is sweet. Or the Elon beans. Now, these are a South African recipe that refuse to acknowledge the heritage or flavor of origin and not really looking into the fact that, the original recipe writer's father, excuse me, Jesus, already leaving a bad taste in my mouth. The original recipe writer's father kind of put this guy right where he is through means that nobody really wants to explain. His bean recipe was a lot of blood, a lot of violence, a lot of, emerald mines with slaves in them, So with that, he refuses to acknowledge it. It's cooked over a disposable rocket burner that is meant to be reusable, but no matter how much money they keep pouring into the project, the thing just keeps blowing up. So that are the Sanders beans.
I think I'm feeling a Sanders bean. I think that just
Maple
feels
sounds
nice.
good, doesn't it?
Maple sounds good, man.
All right. Now we're going on. We have the Zoran Mandan beans. This is taller spice, a little bit of 3-bean style action. Or the Private Equa bean that used to be great, and a lot of people still like them, but the people that liked them before just know it used to be better.
See, I hate. Morons and Don beans.
NFL sponsorship. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry.
That was
That's
consumer
later down.
beans.
Yeah. Consumer beans have the NFL sponsorship.
Yeah.
This is just BlackRock.
I hate.
If this is our last episode, I need y'all to know this gets published and Trent Beans ceases to exist for reasons beyond from the redacted beans, most likely.
Oh, of course. Oh, come on. I hope this doesn't our last episode. We got to get to 100 because then the world can end.
Well, God, if only.
Huh.
Oh, the train's coming. I mean, the Private Equa beans, like I said, there's a history. People still like what, remember, it's familiar. It's not the same anymore. But the Zoran beans, they are not as traditional. The citrus and the za'atar spices are not consistent. So.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at this. What's most American? You see, I feel here. This is interesting because anytime I feel like the Zoran Mandan beans come up, that's like what I want America to go for.
Right.
But unfortunately, the Private Equa beans, that's been around for a real long time.
Yeah, and they're getting more and more prevalent.
Can I ask announcer Trent Beans for his opinion?
See, my problem is this. I think if they were in front of me, I'd rather eat the Zoran Mandan beans, but unfortunately, I don't know if that bean flavor and that kind of whole ideology behind it has enough traction currently in the greater widespread United States to really be called truly American beans. As much as I would prefer that, as much as the world at large would be a better place if that was a popular style of bean, it's just not.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I just needed somebody else to say it to me. So hey, adieu.
Private Equa bean.
Private Equa bean. God-damn.
It's unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
Up next, we have the John Hinckley beans. Again, so much better if they were just slightly larger.
Wait. The Hinckley beans didn't go through.
Oh, that's right. You put the consumerism beans. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
That's okay.
The consumerism beans. So this has the official NFL sponsorship and the pork substitute produced by the Labubu Company. Or the LDS beans. Now, the LDS beans, you can't have them on Sundays, and you got to make enough for 4 of your wives, and you got to wear a special shirt to eat them. But there are Coca-Cola beans, so it's like the secret ingredients, a little bit of sweet Coca-Cola in the mix, and the recipes are allegedly from golden tablets written in Reformed Egyptian. The tablets have since been lost, and no one can really verify that story, but that is the origin of the recipe. Reformed Egyptian's actually what they say, by the way. I didn't make that up. That's actually 100%. Like that's what it's claimed to be on them plates with the recipe. Just a heads up. That's not a Trent bean. That's all them in Utah.
Hello, my name is Elder Price.
Oh, and black people are allowed to eat these beans after 1970. Didn't used to be.
I think I am gonna even though the LSD. I almost said the LSD beans. The
God,
LDS, the LDS beans. As much as I like a newcomer, consumerism bean. That's pretty American, unfortunately.
I mean, I will say, yeah. As much as the LDS beans is one of the first big bean recipes that was started here, might be the only one based in our country here. I think the consumerism beans is directly tied to a lot of this. We'll go with that.
Yeah. Oh my God, this bracket gonna make me sad at the end.
Well, up next we have the Luigi Mangione beans. Unfortunately, in their first showing, the CEO had an allergic reaction to this fusion recipes of Italian spice and tomato, and since the CEO bit it after trying it, the writers are currently being held on real thin evidence, despite everybody else nationwide really liking the recipe and thinking it was a winner. So those were the gunpowder beans. Oh man, I feel these have a similarity between them.
Oh, they really do.
And I like a newcomer. I like an Italian fusion dish. You can't discount Italian heritage in our American country here as far as the spread. But it is also gunpowder beans.
It's the gunpowder. If it was anything else, I think maybe it'd have a little more. But
something a touch controversial. I don't know if we'd have the Mangione beans without the gunpowder beans.
Without the I think you're right.
One leads into the other. I think
I think it does. So I think we gotta do the gunpowder beans.
All right, here we go.
You still having fun? Still having a great time?
I put this bracket together over a couple of weeks, and every time inspiration struck, I put one down. And reading them all back to back, man, don't know if I love it, but that's okay. That's fine. Up next, we have the Epstein beans.
Oh, Jesus.
Which are, it's a tropical bean, actually Caribbean spiced, using the smallest available mung beans, harvested just a touch before they're actually, like, ready to harvest. The original recipe writer was arrested for charges in regards to how he harvested the beans, and unfortunately, before he could share his collaborators at the bean farm, he had a severe accident that his friends were in no way, shape, or form a part of. So those, or the back to blue beans, which is, of course, 40% black eye, with pepper, extra black pepper, and some pork fat.
I just don't want the Epstein beans to go.
You don't want Caribbean spice beans? You don't want?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I didn't say that, Trent Bean. What I did say is that I don't want the Epstein beans to go.
Of course,
forward.
right.
Because if you're talking
about other people,
yeah,
really didn't want them beans to come forward neither.
Oh fuck! Well, now that you say that, now I want them to go forward. You bastard!
I'm just saying it like it is.
All right. Solely because you said that bit, I'm going to say it'll go this round. Because I also, if we're looking at flavor, that sounds delicious.
It does sound a lot better, and unfortunately, is much deeper into the current state of our great country than we would care to admit, isn't it? Probably directly involved in why back the blue beans are the way they is, but that's okay. So up next, with the Green Party beans, we talk about them, organic, all that fun stuff, or the neo-Nazi beans. Now, these were adopted from a German recipe. The recipe actually was so goddamn disgusting. It's no longer legal in its home country, but for some reason, it's found popularity in America in recent years. Not really a fringe recipe like it used to be. It's pretty mainstream. Find it at a lot of barbecues around the country. It's white kidney beans, white vinegar, white sugar, and white onion.
Ain't that something?
A little sharp, a little tangy, not real sweet at all.
No.
And if you overcook them, they get any kind of color in them. You got to throw them out.
Jeez. Woo!
So what you think?
The 4th of July coming up soon. It's the 4th
Happy
of
birthday,
July.
America.
Oh boy, it was Green Party or neo-Nazi. Oh. Beans,
yes,
Green Party beans.
Green Party beans or neo-Nazi beans.
Beans. Oh boy. Well, being where near where I grew up, there was a couple moments of don't go over there. That might be serving neo-Nazi beans.
You've seen those beans being cooked, I'd wager.
It's not in my state, but the one next to it.
Oh, if you didn't think it was in this state, I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
Well, now,
maybe not your neighborhood, but absolutely the state.
Yes, definitely the state, but I'm talking about, like, the one... Oh,
you mean Coeur d'Alene, the old Klan town. The place that up until recently, and I mean actively recently enough to have this be in digitized newspapers, was actively a home for the Klan. You mean there? That's where they cook them beans?
I was more
like
thinking
Rathdrum?
I was going to say Rathdrum. That's where I was going to say.
Rathdrum's where they went when they pushed them out of Coeur d'Alene because rich people wanted lakefront property. That's what happened. That's why Rathdrum's like that.
Oh, yeah. No, not saying it's...
They cook these beans all the fucking time in Rathdrum.
Yeah. Not saying it's not in my state either, but I'm just talking about the one that first came to my mind. The Green Party beans. That's what we're doing. Fuck it.
I will say the Green Party beans make me just about as sad, but that's a separate problem.
Yeah. But at least it's not Nazis.
You know, that kind of baseline is why the white liberal beans have gotten as far as they have. I'm just going to say that right there.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Up next, we have the reflecting pool beans. The green beans cooked like they're baked beans with blue spirulina. Or the trickle-down beans. Now, the trickle-down beans, 1% of the beans in this pot are gigante beans. They're huge, they're white, they're massive, they're fat. And these beans are protected in a separate pot, and they get 50% of the seasoning, cooking time, and their own plate. The rest of the mix of pinto and black beans, they get told to work harder so they taste better. It's onion and shallot blend, a little bit sharp with some apple cider vinegar.
See, the problem is that I forget the bean recipe you're telling me, and I just think of the name.
It's just the name of a recipe, Dane. What are you implying?
Oh, right. I forgot. We're talking about bean taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1% real big beans that have 50% of everything in the pot, and then a little bit goes to everybody else.
Here's the thing. It sounds like a shit recipe. It doesn't sound good. Like if you were given those beans,
Sounds like it doesn't work.
If you were
Sounds
given
like
those,
it's not going to be functional at all.
yeah. If you were given those beans and a darken hanger, I don't think you'd like those beans. I think you'd choose the other beans.
I just want to clarify here. You take the green beans that are glowing blue over the baked beans that just some some of them are big and white. You want blue green beans over.
Will they kill me?
I mean, you'll shit weird.
Fine. Let's go. Well, $2.50 though, but
It's up to you. You're the final call here. I'll just tell it like it is. I'll just read them.
Yeah, send in the trickle down beans because I don't want blue green beans that taste funny.
And again, the trickle down beans, like you said, the recipe doesn't work. It's non-functional. It's not a good idea. But here we are. Up next, the Ruth Bader Ginsbeans with the little bit of the ham hock and the mustard. Or, let me see if I can find these real quick. Let's scroll real fast. Hold on. The centrist beans. Now, these kind of take the middle ground of all possible bean recipes and decide that that is actually the best you can get. That adding new things or removing old things just really can't possibly improve anything. So it's just kidney beans, tomato, brown sugar, onion, and the basics. And if you tell these people that you should in any way alter their bean recipe, they label you as an extremist.
Yeah.
The median American voter loves these beans.
Yeah.
So those were a little bit overcooked, just didn't take them out when they should have. Ruth Bader Ginsbeans.
I think I might have to go with Ruth Bader Ginsbeans. One, because I like the name, and two, that sounds good.
Kind of does, doesn't it? I love a smoked ham hock, a little bit of mustard, some bite back end. Sounds great. All right, that's the end of round one. No more new beans are being introduced in this competition.
Whoa.
Up next, Private Ecca beans or the Sanders beans. Vermont smoky maple, or a recipe that used to be good, but got bought out.
See, once again, there's a trade.
Of course. Curse you. Goddamn communist public transit ruining America's beans. Ah! You ever think about shit like that? I like decently priced public transit, or like a library, like a free place to read. Like if it was, if those ideas were put forward today, they'd be labeled as pie in the sky communism, but they're just here. If you went into a city council meeting and, hey, I want a place where people can read for free, like get to the internet, like kids can feel safe, and they shouldn't have to pay for it, they'd shoot you. They'd put you down right there. At least we got a couple trains still.
Yeah, hey, $2.50 a ride, not bad.
Hey, for America's $2.50. $2.50 for $2.50.
Hey, $2.50 for $2.50. Okay, see, the problem is that the Sanders beans, try as they might, they've not gotten as far as they would have liked.
Now, granted, that's not entirely the Sanders beans' fault. That is mostly held on by the bean competition judges, which, again, has undercut many people's faith in
that's
bean
true.
Competition judges. But
the private equibean, unfortunately, that just feels very
just
American.
Isn't it? Just constantly. I'm about to lose Domino's to them. Not Domino's, Pizza Hut.
Really?
Yeah. Pizza Hut's getting bought out.
Fuck
It's going to be cardboard soon.
Sanders beans. Send him through, damn it.
Give him a shot, right?
Gotta give him a shot.
Up next, the gunpowder beans. Two kinds of pepper, a little spicy. Or the consumerism beans, sponsored by the NFL and Labubu.
Damn. That's tough because I feel consumerism beans, I feel very much like that's a more modern. Like that feels like
a pretty good face of America right now.
Yeah, but gunpowder beans, they've been there. Oh boy.
A real long time.
Okay, just give me the recipes of these beans, because we're now into the second round, so I got to take in taste into more of a factor
Right.
here.
So the consumerism beans are, like I said, they have a bacon substitute provided by the Labubu company. A little bit more traditional, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of sweet, kind of tangy tomato. The gunpowder beans are a mix of, what was it, two peppers? Give me one moment here. I have that written down. Jalapeno and scorpion peppers. So they're real sharp, real peppery, and the burn kind of hangs around. They're real spicy. Can't escape that spice. Kind of no matter what you do, it just lingers every time you interact with them.
I might have to go with consumerism beans, because I don't know if I want my beans that spicy.
That's fair. You know what? I'll give it to you. Consumerism beans advances. Now. Man, the Epstein beans with their Caribbean salt and the extra small mung beans, and despite a little bit of pineapple kick there, or the Green Party beans, which really are a very traditional bean recipe, but everything's just ethically sourced and cooked renewably. So,
I cannot believe that the Green Party beans have made their way this far, and they're gonna go further.
Really, you think that's going to be a better bean recipe than Caribbean spice with a little bit of pineapple?
It's the Epstein.
You don't want them to come forward?
No, I do, but I don't want them to advance. Fucker. I hate you. I hate you so much. It sucks.
You hate Trent Bean? I'm a humble bean man.
Yeah, I know you're a humble bean man. You bean fuck.
Who's to say? Like I said, it's up to you. The Green Party beans, like I said, are not that different than the majority of other beans out there. It's more of a moral high ground, and they got their ingredients from Trader Joe's rather than a bigger spot, so they're better beans than you.
Yeah.
The Epstein beans have ethically questionable farming practices, though.
Yeah, they really do. It's the Green Party. I can't. I'm sorry.
No, hey.
I want it to come forward, but not advance.
There we go.
There it is.
You know what? I can get behind that. Last one of this round. Trickle down beans or the Ruth Bader Ginsbeans?
I'm gonna do Ruth Bader Ginsbeans.
Cause what's more American than overstaying your welcome?
That is true. That's really American.
What's more American than making people dislike the legacy you built because you didn't know when to leave?
Yeah.
We did it in Cuba. Still do it in Cuba. Shit. Puerto Rico. Most of Latin America. Chunks of the Middle East.
And also, Japan. I think, like, the beans themselves. I feel like that's a better recipe. I like that rather than, like, one real big bean.
Well, it's that one real big bean's mixed in with other beans. You know, every so often you get one in a bite and it tastes good. But you're right. The overall recipe is dysfunctional and really doesn't produce anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
All right. Semifinals here. Picking our last two.
All right.
What's more American, consumerism beans or Sanders beans?
Unfortunately, I think this is where Sanders comes to a halt, because consumerism beans is...
Right before the end? Right before it would have mattered? That's where Sanders comes to a halt?
What's more American? Come on.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right, though. No matter, even though it would be the better taste and choice and would arguably better for the overall competition were it to continue, I think you are right that consumerism beans is more in line with the theme.
Yep.
Plus, you love a Labubu sponsorship.
Yeah, they got money there, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Green Party beans or the Ruth Bader Ginsbeans?
Ruth Bader Ginsbeans. Get that Green Party out of here. They had it too good for too long. Get them out of here.
Oh, just coasting and not really doing anything and just kind of keep making headlines despite no real progress? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Elizabeth Warren. All right, our finalists, Dane. Last two picks we got here. Consumerism beans or Ruth Bader Ginsbeans?
I mean, you brought up a really good point with the overstaying your welcome. That's very American.
Isn't it just? But it's also very American to buy too many cans of beans, not finish them all, throw them away, and say you're going to donate them, but never really get there, and the label changes. You know, like last year it was the NFL sponsorship, and they just put a new person on each can. You feel obligated to buy each can, to collect each can, so you get the new quarterback each year, but you don't actually eat the fucking beans. They just sit on a shelf and get dusty.
Yeah.
Just like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That was terrible. I could have called these Jill Stein beans. Would have been just as effective, but, you know, whatever. Genuinely, the worst part about the Ruth Bader Ginsbean is that they had an incredible legacy. They did so much great work for the bean competition, and then their last outing just couldn't figure out they shouldn't have entered that run.
I think it's got to be the consumerism beans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, I got to put NFL and Labubu on a can of beans now. I got to get that image so we can get that up somewhere to make that a post we make at some point. I don't want.
Well,
to,
but then it'll show who won. You can't do that.
The week after. I'm not gonna do it immediately.
Oh, okay.
I just need to have the image on hand. Well.
Oh, we can't end on
beans made with artificial pork substitute, produced by the Labubu Company, sponsored by the NFL. Different quarterback on the can each year. It's the official bean of America's 250th birthday. Nothing screams America like fake pork and a weird little monster and a quarterback who's not going to remember his name in 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it just? God bless America. And God bless you folk for listening to episode 94 of our unrecorded podcast. I'd like you to tell a friend. Tell a coworker.
Wait, hold on. No. We can't end on that. We have to end on something else. We have to end on something happier. We can't. I refuse to end
should
on
I
that.
go back and read the recipe for Epstein beans again?
No! No!
Where do we go from Labubu NFL beans winning? What's going to be a bright spot here for you?
Okay. What in your younger years when actually there was some part of like, wow, yeah, America's birthday, 4th of July. Like what was, tell me your best 4th of July memory. One that is just, you got to take the hat off because you're Trent Dean now. You have to tell, I don't want Trent Beans' favorite memory.
Yeah, okay, let me think here. We'll bring him back at a later date, maybe. See, that's tough. 4th of July, it's always just been like a lot of food, a lot of hanging out. I think some of my favorites, it was at my uncle's place. I think that 4th of July was right around the time one of the new Halo games came out. I want to say it was like maybe ODST or something.
Nice.
And we went in the yard and we lit off fireworks and we ate way too much food. And all the adults got drunk upstairs and played poker. And my cousins and my siblings and I all played Halo for each split screen downstairs. That was a hell of a 4th of July.
That's nice. That's nice.
It was a fun one, yeah. What about you?
Man, I mean, my birthday's so near 4th of July that most of the time, like, we'd have to either do, like, my birthday party before or after it because most people were, like, doing stuff for the 4th. And I don't know, the 4th was always, like, really simple for us, you know? We'd always have people around the neighborhood getting fireworks, so those would go off and it'd be like, oh boy, you know?
What it should have been about, right? Fireworks, community, things being better, coming together.
Yeah.
Because normally the 4th is the one day a year where you don't have to think about anything on this bracket. And I thought this year maybe the 3rd should be a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I will say, shout out to the U.S. for reminding the world that our favorite sports competition and keeping us in the World Cup, even though it's called fucking soccer, bitch.
I'm glad there is a quasi bright spot in the World Cup. There's some other downsides about other teams that are coming to the country and not getting the same treatment as Scotland and Boston, but hey.
But it has been cool to see everybody come to support their team and experiencing truly what is the good side of America. You know, the food, the people, the community, the actual sense of belonging that comes from just traveling and seeing cool shit here. It's really cool to see that for the, you know, the small handful of people that still get to experience it.
Yeah. I think I don't know if they're satire or not, but I do love, like, I don't know if they're all like Japanese, but the things talking about the food of like, you just bring me chips. I haven't even ordered anything yet.
Yes, absolutely.
The restraint, have you seen the one about In-N-Out with the animal style? I don't know if that's satire, but it's so funny. Even the potatoes will abandon all their restraints and become animal style.
Everything can be animal styled in America, even the animals.
Oh yeah. No, I think like just. To end, like, I think fun 4th of July, just grilling up burgers and dogs, man.
With a healthy side of consumerism beans, because that's what you have to eat on this year's 4th of July.
All right.
I don't make the rules, just not those. Just don't get the apple pie ones. You know the worst part? There was also pickle beans next to it. There were grilled dill pickle beans. It's like, you know, I don't think everything needs to be pickle. I get that I like pickle chips, but Jesus Christ.
I feel like those would be better than the apple pie beans, though.
Can't be fucking worse.
All
These
right.
so much, I don't even think they deserve to go in the trash. They might go in the toilet, just to make a statement. Anyway, thank you all so much
There
for
we
listening to
go.
episode 94 of our unrecorded podcast. Tell a friend, tell a coworker, tell a friend that's mildly disillusioned with this country, and have them get through their bracket, and then, have them find a bright spot in their 4th of July and their fireworks, and find something to look up at the sky and be thankful until the stars get blocked out by satellites and all that. Tell a coworker that just is really into beans. I feel like somebody works with somebody that's just a big bean guy, There's got to be one. Surely there's a bean guy somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Have him get in here and have him critique the recipes. Maybe don't talk to him about the names, but have him tell us his thoughts on the recipes themselves, and we'll go from there. Anyway, find us on TikTok and YouTube, and this is an official video version now, so if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Amazon Music, those spots, sorry there's not a video, but it's on YouTube and Spotify now, so we'll see you next week, folks. We'll see you, and you'll see me. Godspeed. Okay,
Bye.